Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel. It is Thin Lizzy Thursday, and this week we are doing a song voted by you, beautiful people at home. That's right. We've started something new on Thin Lizzy Thursdays, where previously I was just picking songs kind of randomly at my whims. And then to make it more fun, we incorporated the random number generator where I didn't know what I was going to be reacting to each week. We tried something new last week and went over really well, and so we're doing it again this week. And this might be the way we do things moving forward, where the random number generator picked four songs left from the list, and then I let you people vote on which one of those four you wanted me to react to. And I think it's a fun way to keep have more like audience involvement, give you more of a say in Thin Lizzy Thursdays. It makes it more fun that way, but there's still like that sense of randomness to it, where it's not just like, okay, which of these four popular songs are we doing this week, folks? So I think I still might want to do like a random episode now and then. Otherwise, we might never do a Black Star Rider song again on this channel. That would probably make some folks happy. But we got to at least do that first record because that first record they did was really good. But but anyway, that's what we're going to be doing going forward. So make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so that way you can make sure you see the posts, which I will start posting on Thin Lizzy Thursday after the reaction is out. So you'll be able to go and see what the four options are for next week and pick the one you like best. And hopefully that one is the one that wins enough votes to be next week's song. But this week, the winner is a great one. Spoilers. This is "The Pressure Will Blow" off Renegade. So when I saw the four options last week, and I was putting together the list, I actually put up the song to listen to because I love this one. As soon as I saw it, like it was in my head, like, oh shit, I'm gonna go listen to that right now. Um, this is a song that is in pretty decent rotation for me as far as the Thin Lizzy catalog goes. So I listened to this one quite a bit. I like it quite a bit. Um, I enjoy the Snowy White era of the band. A lot of people don't like the two albums that Snowy White did with the band, but I think it is. I think they're fantastic. Um, I tend to like the weirder left turns that artists make that alienates a lot of the fan base. I tend to like that stuff. So music from The Elder, from Kiss, I like. Calling All Stations from Genesis, I like. Um, freaking Final Fantasy 13, you nerds. I like that one. Get off my back. I think it's a truer Final Fantasy than 12. I said it, nerds. Um, Recently watched Once Upon a Time on Disney Plus, and season 7 might be the best season. Um, yeah, so come at me, you nerds. But yeah, needless to say, I like the weirder left turns of artists that like tend to rub a lot of people the wrong way. I find those projects fascinating. I find them fun. And I don't think that the Snowy White albums are like that hard of a left turn compared to what Lizzy was doing previously. And I don't think they stick out that much in the catalog at all. I think they make sense as the next logical step from where they left off. So I'm a fan of them, and I think that Snowy White is whatever you might say about him on stage as being like kind of boring on stage, he is a great player in the studio. He plays with emotion, he's very tasteful, it sounds great. Like it's exactly what you'd want from a guitar player. Like he has great phrasing, great emotion, and like he always plays what is appropriate for the material. So I freaking love that. There's a guitar player that we had in Lipstick who was kind of boring live, but hella great in the studio. And when I go back and listen to those tracks with his guitar play, I'm like, you know what? He sounds great, and I'm happy with the recordings. And that's the way I am with the Snowy White albums. We're like, yeah, might he be kind of boring at a show and not as fun to watch live as Gary Moore? Sure. But do the recordings stand up, and do I want to listen to them? Absolutely yes. So, not everyone is a good live performer. I do think being a live performer is actually a good live performer is something important that a lot of people take for granted. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy and appreciate the great stuff that he brought to the band just because, like, okay, he's kind of boring standing still on stage live. Doesn't mean his the records he made with the band weren't great. So yeah, um, this is a song. I've known it for years. I've loved it for years. I listen to it on the reg. So let's see what kind of reaction I get this week from "The Pressure Will Blow." All right, so many great things there right off the bat. So, the keyboard utilized super well in this track as a texture, like that nice lower layer, like mwah, chef's kiss, magnifique. Um, the drumming, great sense of swing from Brian Downey. Excuse me. Yeah, great sense of swing from Brian Downey. Just a fantastic rhythm. It's a little bit, yeah, it's not exactly what you'd expect from this kind of song, but it's working extremely well. It's just like it has just enough flavor to keep it very interesting. The guitar playing, emotive, powerful, great phrasing, like excellently composed. And really like this sounds to me a lot like Coheed and Cambria 20 years before Coheed and Cambria in a good way. Um, these kind of get this kind of guitar phrasing wasn't something very common back at the time this album came out, and so it's really like a precursor to something that became popular much later in music history. And so if this was like if Thin Lizzy were like still around in like 2005 and did a song like this, it would feel very fresh and contemporary and like part of the modern like emo metal kind of scene. But hearing something like this, like back in the early '80s, is really like a wow kind of moment. To like to hear something with this kind of style done, way back then before it really became in vogue. So really like trailblazers in a number of ways. But I think it's really really cool. It makes this track like feel very contemporary despite being an older track, and so when you play it for like a millennial, they're like, whoa, this is from the '80s, and like it makes them like take a step back because it kind of like rewires what they thought about music history. So yeah, really awesome start. I'm going to rewind just to hear the lyrics drop.
Set me on my destination, point me the way to my position. What's the meaning of my mission? I have made my decision clear. I don't need another reason. I don't want any more brain time. I have made my decision, not for the first but the last time. I'm setting off slow, I'm building it up, I'm letting it go. The pressure will blow tight.
Yeah, so the chord movements, not necessarily the chord movements, the chord rhythm, very classic Lizzy. Those like those very like punchy power chords, and then like the vocal on top of that. In between, really allowing the song to breathe. It's a very classic Thin Lizzy technique. The way that the chords are arranged throughout the song, but the chord progression, having that like again that sort of like contemporary kind of emo-y modern metal kind of feel. Modern metal as if emo wasn't 20 years ago. I'm old. But giving you that early 2000s kind of feel, despite being the '80s, and then lyrically, it's I sorry, vocally, I can see that Phil maybe doesn't have the same energy that he has on, let's say, other albums. Like he sounds like at this point he's exhausted and world weary, and like he's been through some stuff, but he's still like trying. So it sounds like Phil is tired, but he's doing his best despite being tired and like beat up by the world. And so it has a lot of um his classic like melodic phrasing, the way that he like will go up and down in a melody. That's all there. The emotion is there. The chorus, it does feel slightly weird to me in that it becomes the vocal becomes much more aggressive and layered, and I think that maybe no fault of the song itself, but the fact that it sounds so much like the stuff that came after it that you expect more of a soaring chorus, and the fact that it goes down and gets heavier and more aggressive makes it feel like an anomaly in the genre. So it's very unique and doesn't follow the genre conventions because the genre didn't exist yet. Um, but I think it is a very good vocal. I think it's well produced. Um, and so let's take a look at these lyrics. Set me on my destination. Point me the way to my position. What's the meaning of my mission? I have made my decision clear. I don't need another reason. I don't want any more prime time. I have made my decision, not for the first but the last time. I'm setting on slow. I'm building it up. I'm letting it go. The pressure will blow on time. Honestly, this is a song where it's really hard for me to do a direct analysis of the lyrics. This might be not quite feels over reels, but more like more of a song that's like expressing an emotion rather than a specific narrative, because it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what the story in the song is, but you can tell that like the character is feeling stressed, feeling anxiety about something, and just like really like dead set on whatever path that they're on. Um, yeah, so honestly, it's a pretty tricky one to analyze, like what exactly it's about. But basically, it's saying that I know what I'm doing. Um, I'm determined. I know my path. There's other forces trying to sway me, but like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And there's like a like a little bit like a triumphant nature to it, but also just like acknowledging that like this is a tough path to go on. So it's just it's a tricky song to analyze, but I think the emotion is felt through it. So yeah, let you whine, get back to it.
The pressure will blow on time. I don't want another story. You can place it with your nursery rhymes. I don't want to take the glory. Why don't you and him take it this time? I don't need another reason. I can make another play. I know you're both in secret liaison, so we must go our separate ways.
I don't want another story. You can place it with your nursery rhymes. I don't want to take the glory. Why don't you and him take it this time? I don't need another reason. I can't make another play. I know you're both in secret liaison. That's a cool line. So we must go our separate ways. I mean, these lyrics are very cool. Um, and they're they or, as mentioned before, I like lyrics that are a little bit more direct. So this isn't like vague hippie like vague hippie bullshit where it's like the flowers and trance and like whatever, man. Like it's not so abstract that like I can't glean anything from it. But so like there's how do I put there's like a blue collar nature to it. There's like a very human emotional nature to it, as opposed to being like abstract and like kinda meaningless. Um, like there is stuff to latch onto here. So it's almost like each stanza is given its own like perspective on this emotion. So I don't want another story. You can place it with your nursery rhymes. Saying that like I don't want to hear another inspirational story. That stuff is for kids. I don't want to take the glory. Why don't you or him take it? You and him take it this time. So maybe saying that like I'm not doing this for fame or glory. I'm doing this because like this is what I need to do. I don't care. You can take credit for it, but this is just something I got to do. I don't need another reason. I can't make another play. I know you're both in secret liaison, so we must go our separate ways. So maybe there's maybe pressure from a relationship, and that he is maybe being pressured to stay in a certain place, but then the woman is cheating on him with another guy, and so it's like, well, I'm going to go my own way because you're doing your own thing. Um, like there is a lot here, and I think this is good because it's like it's vague enough for you to put your own meaning onto it, but there's still like enough meat there for you to like really have fun digging into it. definitely curious as to like what you think this song is about in the lyrics below. There are references to like, I can't take another season, I can't make another play. So maybe it's another football song. The pressure of the championship. Um, but yeah, cool stuff. Let's rewind just a hair, get back to it.
I'm setting on a slow. I'm building it up. I'm letting it go. The pressure will roll tight. So I'll keep pushing.
Yeah, so really great riffing in the song. I loved the change up in the instrumental section where all of a sudden went to like a major happy feeling. I loved the rhythm of that section. Loved Phil's bass playing, simple but effective, which is what I prefer. I'd rather have simple and effective than overplaying and distracting. Great instrumental section. Loved the keyboards there and loved the energy of the solo as it got back into like the more darker, menacing section that followed the progression that the rest of the song was following. Um, so yeah, great instrumental section, and I'm gonna rewind just to hear so we can get into the vocals.
So I'll keep pushing my position till the pressure builds it well. And I'll keep pressing your decision till you made your mind up as well.
Oh man, great vocal there. And as I was saying, Phil, sounds kind of tired, like tired from the weariness of life, but given a great vocal. So I'll keep pushing my position till the pressure builds it well, and I'll keep pressing your decision till you've made up your mind as well. So that's very interesting. So like, what decision has he made, and what decision is he pressuring the other person to make? Yeah, really cool.
I can't take another season. I can't make another play. I know you're in secret liaison, so we must go our separate ways.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what I was talking about with the vocals like being lesser on the track. This is a great vocal performance. Like, man, the emotion is there. Freaking Phil like killing it. I know at this point in his life like he was going through tough times with all the drugs and stuff, but damn, like was he still giving it his all with the material? Like whatever you might say about like the personal decisions, like the art was still great. Really excellent.
I'm setting on a slow. I'm building it up. I'm letting it go. The pressure will roll tight.
Yeah. 3 minutes and 46 seconds, basically the length of a perfect pop song. There's the joke about the 3 minute 33 second pop song. It's 3 minutes 46 seconds. It's great. This is an excellent song. Um, if you don't like it, I could see why. I could see that the chorus could be a turnoff for people because if you've become accustomed with like that emo sound, that's not the kind of chorus you're necessarily wanting from a song like this. So I get that. Um, Also, if you have like a tendency to not like emo, I could see like that being a turnoff from this song, definitely. Um, and if that slight variance from the Lizzy sound. Where this definitely sounds like Thin Lizzy. It has the classic Lizzy harmony guitars, but it's done in a way that's fresh and interesting, which is good. So it's what I think a band should do is like develop their own sound, but find ways to continue to evolve that sound and make it interesting. So they definitely do that here. But I could see if you don't necessarily like this exact direction. Um, and I could see some people saying that the lyrics are too vague, and because of that, they feel half-assed. I don't think these are half-assed lyrics. I think these are lyrics that are you are force you to think a little bit more and really force you to put your own interpretation on them to a degree, but not in a way I find obnoxious. So yeah, I am very favorable towards this. And if you are not favorable towards it, tell me why you are wrong in the comments below. But for those of us that are correct, the song is great. And now, boys and girls, comes the part where I rank this song. Where do I put The Pressure Will Blow? Man. Hmm. All right. So it's the trick of finding like what do I find it better than? So it is definitely better than Randolph's Tango. I enjoy it more. Do I like it more than For Those Who Love to Live? Yes, I do. But do I like it more than Are You Ready? Yeah, all right, let's see. Geez, Speed King is so high. I might have to bump that down. Okay, all right. You know what? Yeah, I'm feeling it right here. Right. The pressure will blow right underneath Mexican blood. Yeah, that's where I'm feeling it today. So S rank, excellent song. I'll scroll through the ranking real quick so y'all can see it. It'll be in the comments below if I remember, which I should. Ah man, when the night comes in. Geez. Yeah, we need some more Black Star Riders in rotation so the Thin Lizzy songs can crush them. But yeah, that's my thoughts on The Pressure Will Blow. I'm definitely interested in your thoughts below, especially lyrical analysis, what you guys think this song is about lyrically. Definitely curious about that. And also plug. Go read Radiant Epic, please. It's free. Links in the description. All right, that is the episode. And yeah, stick around for more Thin Lizzy Thursday. Bye, everyone. Oh, wait, you can't see my hand because of the album cover. Bye, everyone.